Hey there, Ben Mankiewicz with you. Thanks for joining us on TCM as we continue with tonight's lineup of movies featuring plots driven by flashbacks. We're doing this every Friday night in January. Up next, a British romantic drama from director David Lean in 1945, Brief Encounter. This is pre-epic David Lean, which is actually the bulk of Lean's career. Lean made The Bridge on the River Kwai in 1957, followed by Lawrence of Arabia in 1962, then Dr. Zhivago in 65. That run forever changed Lean's reputation as the definitive director of epics, films grand in scope and scale. Prior to that, David Lean made relatively small movies, neither cheap nor certainly insignificant, but small in style. They were contained, character-driven stories, excellent films, mind you, like this one. Brief Encounter became a box office hit in Britain and in the States, establishing Lean as a director to watch. Set in a London suburb just before World War II, the film unfolds through a series of intimate flashbacks narrated by Laura, a housewife played by Celia Johnson. She's telling the story of meeting Alec, a physician played by Trevor Howard, at the restaurant inside a rail station. That meeting leads to another, and soon Laura and Alec realize they're falling for each other. Highly inconvenient, as they are both married to other people. But as you'll see in Brief Encounter, almost every moment that could be cliched or trite tacks in a different direction. This is a film imbued with a sense of unrelenting humanity. It's based on a short play by Noel Coward called Still Life. Coward was heavily involved in the film. He was the only credited producer and also contributed to the script. The play took place entirely in the train station. For the screen, David Lean added outdoor scenes, supporting characters, and several essential touches. Most critically, after reading Coward's initial draft of the script, Lean didn't believe it was strong enough to capture an audience and suggested Coward incorporate a flashback storytelling structure. There's also the addition of the recurring musical theme, Rachmaninoff's Piano Concerto No. 2, highlighting the slumbering passion felt by these two outwardly stoic characters, each deeply torn between their desire for each other and the reality of their lives. In addition to Trevor Howard and Celia Johnson, who earned an Oscar nomination for Best Actress, cast also includes Stanley Holloway, Joyce Carey, Cyril Raymond, and the voice of Noel Coward as the railway station announcer. From 1945, shot by the great cinematographer Robert Krasker, Brief Encounter. Brief Encounter is a favorite of at least 3 TCM hosts. Our founding father, Robert Osborne, was always a big fan of the film. I also love it, and I recently learned from Alicia Malone that it's one of her favorites too. I don't know for sure whether Jacqueline Stewart or Dave Karger love it, but I'd wager they do, and I don't care what Eddie Muller thinks of it, and neither do you. Brief Encounter became a big box office hit in Britain in 1945 and in the States the following year, earning 3 Oscar nominations, including Best Actress for Celia Johnson, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Director, David Lean's first of 7 directing nominations. He didn't win. His wins came 12 and 17 years later for The Bridge on the River Kwai and Lawrence of Arabia. Though Lean was known for his mastery of grand epics, Brief Encounter is the film that really established him as a top-tier director. The hallmarks of Lean's filmmaking style that would become more prominent later on, his thoughtful attention to detail in every shot, his deeply layered and authentically flawed characters, and his visually poetic storytelling skills are all on display in Brief Encounter, just on a smaller scale. More than 80 years after its release, the film continues to inspire filmmakers and endures as one of David Lean's best pictures. Coming up, Ginger Rogers falls for a high society gent in the romantic drama that earned her an Academy Award. From 1940, Kitty Foyle is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Kitty Foyle, Then the Last Time I Saw Paris, and later, Some came running. TCM's out of breath tonight.